It's a unique position in life to not have any respect for yourself. To look in the mirror and not understand why people in your life appreciate you the way that you wish that you could. And it sucks. It's something that I've struggled with for a long time, and it's a very unique circumstance. I wouldn't say it's rare. I think a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people look at themselves in the mirror and can't love the person that they see. And I don't think there's any fault in that. I think a lot of people aren't very respectable. But in the same way, people try so hard to be respectable. And that, in and of itself, is respectable. I think, if you're watching this, I think that you are most likely respectable. Because no person that has undeserved respect for themselves would click on a video like this. So I have an exercise for you. I want you to, whenever you get home, whenever you have a second alone, to go into the bathroom and look at yourself in the mirror and put your clenched up hand into your chest and tell yourself that you love yourself. You look at yourself in the eyes and really feel yourself say that. Anybody can just say it, but it takes a certain kind of strength to be able to say it. And you know that. Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. And then you do it, and then you realize that you just say the words. That's how I've been feeling. And it's very unique. I know I've said that a million times, but what I've wanted in my life is to so desperately understand what people mean by just love yourself. And from the moment that I was in probably 7th grade, I turned 12 years old, and I heard that for the first time. I was like, well, what does that mean, to love yourself? Like, that sounds stupid. Like, what do you mean? You're supposed to love other people. And now that I'm 20, 8 years later, I don't have everything figured out. But I think loving yourself is the ability to give yourself grace in life, in order to give yourself grace in the things that you fail at, and also see yourself as a person. See yourself as your own friend. It took me so long to be able to do that, and now that I'm able to do that, life is so much easier. I'm not able to do it 100% of the time, because nobody is. But on the days that I can look at myself and tell myself that I love myself, I can sit down with myself as if I were a friend and create a plan for what I want the next day of my life to look like. For what I want the next week or month or year of my life to look like. I can sit down and actually think about these things when I'm not scrolling on my phone like an idiot, you know? But it's those moments. They don't come all the time. They come maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. They come up more often as I solidify my exercise routine and I solidify my mental health plan. And as I quit vaping and smoking weed, these things get easier. But you can actually sit down and be able to look at who you see in the mirror and appreciate yourself. And only then are you able to really understand what you want. Because you can go so long just wanting to be okay. But what does that mean? You don't know what it means to be okay until you are okay. Well, what do you need to do to be okay? Well, you exercise and you eat right and you sleep well and you think about the things that you're grateful for, and you treat people nicely, and you spend time with your family regardless of how much you hate them, and you do the things that you don't feel like doing. It took me so long to realize that, and I'm kicking myself for it. And even though I feel like trash half the time, that's a whole hell of a lot better than feeling like absolute garbage 28 out of 30 days of the week. And a lot of it I can attribute to being young, because so many people say that, like, it's just your hormones, they're all out of whack, you're just young, you don't understand anything yet. And that's true. It's true. But at the same time, how dare you say that to me? You know? When you're young, you're supposed to be so full of life, and you're supposed to feel so... You just want to go out and get it. The world is your oyster, and life hasn't beaten you down yet, is what I hear so many people say. But I'm 20 years old, and life has beaten the piss out of me already, so what's the point? I'm starting to understand the point. Is because someday, as a man, I can look back on my life, and I can look back on the family that I've created and see how hard I worked to put myself in a position where I can take care of kids. I can take care of my neighbor's kids and my wife and my neighbor's wife and my neighbors, and maybe start a foundation one day and just be able to give so much more than I was able to receive as a child. And that's the gift of life. That truly is. I want to give my nieces and my nephews, I want to give my children a better life than what myself was given. That's my vision. That's what I want. And I was only able to see that once I got to a place where I could take care of myself. I was only able to get there once I started taking care of myself, even when I didn't want to. When I started doing the things that fucking sucked. Legitimately just sucked. Thank you. It doesn't need to suck. It doesn't need to. You don't need to live your life like this. I know it feels so good to just lay in your bed when you're feeling like shit. Being depressed, being sad is addicting. That's what Gaultier said. You remember that song? You can get addicted to a certain kind of sadness. That's so true. He's right. I'm addicted to that now, and I'm breaking free of that addiction as I break free from my vaping addiction, from my weed addiction, from my comfort addiction, from my porn addiction. It's whatever addiction you have, whatever addiction you can say that you have. Your addiction to sadness, your addiction to depression, the addiction to telling yourself that you're never gonna be okay. It's so real, and people don't realize that. People don't take accountability for that. You have to be accountable for the things that you want in your own life. And that's such a heavy burden to bear, but who cares? It's yours. You're never going to be happy until you do anyway. So do it. I wish somebody told me this, because I feel so much better. And you know I'm right, too. But it's comfortable feeling like it's never going to get any better. But it is. It is. I'm talking to myself here. I'm talking to myself from a year ago in the past, when I was driving to work just crying every single day because life sucked so bad. I'm sitting in this car that I had just bought, and I was so proud that I was able to buy this car. I was able to put new wheels on it, but it didn't bring me fulfillment like I am able to get a glimpse of now. And I will never get true fulfillment until I can see my child smile. Truly smile with no pain behind its eyes like I had as a kid. It doesn't need to be the way that it has been for you. And you can change it. It takes a lot of hard work, and it sucks. You have to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it. And I'm having a hard time with that too, so I get it. But do it anyway. Because what the fuck else are you doing? I hope you're able to hear this, because I care about you. I hope to be in a place someday where I can meet and shake hands with somebody in your position that's struggling so bad. And I wish I could just take all the weight from your spirit right now. I wish I could take the burden off your back. But I can't do that. Only you can. And it pains me just as much as it pains you to hear that. So just breathe. It's okay. It's going to be okay. You ready for this? No? Neither am I. But I'm doing it anyway. That's what we should all strive to do. Strive. I suck at speaking, if you couldn't tell. Take it easy. Eat something. Take care of yourself. It's gonna be okay. I'll see you later. Subscribe, because I make stuff like this all the time. I care about you. Have a good day. Take it easy.